You know, working for your health tonight, we all know the importance of being active and staying healthy, especially paying close attention to your heart health.
But what about gut health? You ever hear about this?
Yes, I have.
Gut health? WMAR 2 News' Erin McPherson talked with a registered dietitian who says it's just as important, and she shares some of the simple ways that we can all improve our health.
All these bottles filled with kombucha, a fermented tea rich in probiotics and antioxidants.
Our focus is really just on bringing healthier alternatives to the market and trying to make our community healthier.
Sid Sharma is the co-founder of Wild Kombucha in Northwest Baltimore, who showed me how this process works.
We make tea. We use a fair trade organic gunpowder green tea, just like you would on a stove at home. And then we ferment it with a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast known as a SCOBY.
You heard him right. We all have naturally occurring bacteria in our bodies, especially in our gut, to help digest and process foods, known as probiotics.
So when we eat processed foods or antibiotics, which are meant to kill bacteria and things like that, we need to replenish those. And kombucha is kind of, a more tasty, fun way to replenish that naturally occurring bacteria.
We need to be able to be eating the right amount of those to make sure that our gut is working properly.
Michaela Gale, a registered dietitian at MedStar Harbor Hospital, says kombucha is a great way to replenish that bacteria. So is any other fermented foods like yogurt or kimchi.
It plays a big role in things like immunity, metabolism, and overall human behavior.
She says prebiotics are just as crucial since they fuel probiotics.
All of our prebiotics are either fibers or non-digestible carbohydrates. So this is found in a lot of whole fruits and vegetables. There's a lot of interaction between what we feed our gut and actually how our body works and is able to fight off many types of diseases.
So how much do you need? Well, Gail says it's different for each person.
Everyone's GI tract is very, very unique. It's kind of like our own DNA. It's difficult to say exactly what one person needs versus the other. It's really about a trial and error type of process.
She stresses, since kombucha is such a craze right now, to be cautious with what you buy.
You always want to look at the ingredients. Number one, you want to make sure it contains live and active cultures. You also want to take a look at just the sugar content. There's some kombucha and yogurts out there that are extremely high in sugar, and they can actually almost be half of the sugar content of something like a soda.
That's something the owner of Wild Kombucha, Adam Bufano, takes very seriously. He started this company after making kombucha and other fermented foods his whole life.
My family was super healthy, didn't want to eat anything artificial, and they pushed that on us. We made our own sourdough bread, kefir, and our fridge looked pretty crazy when we grew up.
He continued brewing kombucha with no added sugar and only using organic ingredients to avoid chemicals.
In this one, there's ginger juice and grapefruit juice, and that's it.
They have a handful of flavors, like their seasonal brew and the most popular.
Elderberries are obviously rich in antioxidants. A lot of people try to consume them during flu season because they, help the immune system. Our focus is on making kombucha and healthy products more approachable for everyone.
So what about what's bad for your gut health? Well, we touched on antibiotics and processed foods. Michaela Gale says anything that you can find in a vending machine isn't so great, like these sugary drinks found right here and processed foods over here. She says avoiding these will help your gut health and your overall health.